Hello and welcome to another video. So as I promised to you in previous video, this video will be video will be a paper review of my own certified copy of cost and management accounting paper of CA intermediate. So I had given my CA intermediate exams in November 20. So it is a certified copy of cost and management accounting. Here is the certified copy to your right, and to the left is the suggested answer, which I will refer at some points. So out of the 100 marks, I had obtained 84 marks in cost and management accounting. Uh, so let's go to it. Before we start the video, I'd like to request all of you who have not subscribed to the channel, and I see that many of you view the channel but you have not subscribed, and after subscribing please also click the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I bring a new video. Yeah, so now going to this video. So this first question, like this is not the first question of the paper, but the first question that I attempted. So in this question I got overall 19 marks. That means out of the 20 marks, in the first part I got 10 marks, full marks, that is. So this is a service costing question. So the thing you can see here is that how marking happens. Now one thing many teachers say that, or many people say that in here the marking is on the basis of your the subheads, like operating there are various costs. Like in this question, this is a the classic question of service costing, wherein there is maintenance charges, there is operating cost, and there is apportionment of capital cost. So many people suggest that your head, like this, total of apportionment of capital cost or total of operating cost should be correct, otherwise you will not get marks. But it's not the case. After analyzing this copy, I have realized this. Like you can see, obviously for apportionment of capital cost, here there was only one item and it was right, so I got the mark. The tick that you are seeing here indicate that I have got marks, whatever be the allocated marks for this point. Now for operating cost, there is no overall marking, there is individual marking. Like they have put a tick here: 90,000, 63,000, 24,000, 45,000, and so on for every item. For electricity there is no tick because uh, maybe there was no mark for it. So there was item wise mark again for telephone, for maintenance charges. And now for the total cost, like not the separate classification. Now many people have doubted, we are not able to learn which under which head it will come, which cost. I think in this question it was already mentioned which head it would be. But even if you come in this confusion, you can see that the most marks are number one, individual item, and the total cost, not the category wise cost of operating cost or the maintenance cost. Then after that, all these things I have done, but these are marks are not there, because if these are right, then the final answer would be right. And so the final answer, total rate per vehicle, marks are there, 2 marks for this. So the entire 6 marks were for all the items which I had written, and many of those were copied from the question only. And 2 marks for this cost per unit, and then the toll rate, 2 marks. This was the first question. Now coming to the second part of this was also 6 marker question, and I have got full marks. This was a ABC costing question. Now you can see that here again the format does not matter, because the marks here were only for this final row, that is the cost driver rate. So whichever way I calculate, if my cost driver rate is correct, I get the full marks. uh, then this total cost as per activity based costing, here marks uh, are only for, again, see the final cost. Here the final cost of the total cost that I've got for the various product, or apple or orange mixed fruit. And then now this is the interesting part. 5C of this question was of 4 marks. This was a 4 marks. uh, this was a theory question, and from November 20 attempt only this trend has taken place, that ICA puts theory questions in between practical questions. So I had not studied specifically uh, for these theory questions, but still out of 4 mark I got 3, because I just remember this activities, various level activities. I remember there are unit level activities, batch level activities, product level. This you will also remember if you have studied even from surface superficially. I did not know the in depth of the what has to be written, how to explain that. So I just wrote one line directly related to per unit computed on the. I don't think that is even right, but I got 3 marks. I think basis of, because it was 4 marks, so it was expecting 4 points. So I wrote three, and that was purely on the basis of I had not studied for that. I may have seen that question somewhere. Now coming to this fourth question, this was of process costing. Again, see this entire statement of equivalent production. This was of 10 marks, and I have got 10 marks only. 10 marks. So here the statement of equivalent production is very cumbersome, but you see the marks are only 1 mark, and that too, it was basically on the basis of this, the final equivalent units that we have calculated. Then there is no marks for other things, and this statement of cost per unit after the equivalent production you calculate per unit, and there is marks for this final row. So here this presentation does not matter as long as you are getting this final row correct. Now I have made a lot of cuttings here. uh, I don't think that impacts, otherwise I would have, my marks would have been deducted. Again, marks for cost of closing WIP, yes, it is expected that it will be marked. Abnormal loss also there is marks. And finally the major chunk of marks were for the process account, for every item in process account, because obviously whatever you have calculated above has to be put in the process account. So instead of giving marks earlier, they have given here only 4 marks. And then there is 1 mark for normal loss account, very important. Some people omit these accounts. So normal loss account, abnormal loss account, also 2 marks are there. Now this question of this is the second part of this question. Here I have got 6 marks, again full marks. uh, this was about wage rate per hour, so it was of labor costing. So again, see, this format does not matter. The final marks, 2 marks, are for the wage rate per hour, and then again for the total cost that is allocated to various jobs, there is marks for that. Now let me also show you whether my answer was exactly correct or it was somewhere around it. This is which question? This is fourth question. Just a minute. Uh, So what I want to show you is whether ICI gives marks only if the exam answer is exactly correct, or if it is in points also, it does give mark. Let me see which question was this. So this was the fourth question. Fourth question. Uh, yeah. So this question, fourth B part. Yeah. So you can see here. Now go to the suggested answer for this one. Uh, fourth B. Yes, so this, you can see that, okay, this overhead rate, this labor rate per hour is matching 119.25 to 39.25. But when we talk, and there is one more thing, that this normal wages, this is not matching exactly, because here they have given net wages paid, but I have calculated something else. So you can see that presentation does not matter. Now this allocation, if you see, yeah, it is exactly matching to what is there in the ICM, but this thing which I have done, this is not matching, but still I have got marks, because that due to difference in the presentation. And 4500, and that is exactly matching, yeah, so that is it. Now again, there was also a 4 mark theory question in, so it was 4 mark and I have got 3 marks. I wrote 3 lines here. And if you see to the ICI, the suggested answer, it helps in making costing for salary. There is no such thing, or maybe employee cost, they have understood that. Abnormal idle time, yes, there was idle time, so they have given mark for that. For evaluating productivity, there is nothing called as productivity. So you can see that I have most of these 3 points I have written just out of my intuition, or just I have so it has been impression checking, because I have written this practical part well, and you know that the person who would be checking this theory would also be master in checking practical only. So he has been lenient towards checking theory, not like law and audit checking as normally happens. Again, this fixed overhead, Now this is the question. So moving to the next question, that was of third question. So here it was about fixed overhead variance. So nothing important here about, because the only thing that you need to focus is that you need to write the formula for the overhead, like the not no short forms, the entire thing, and then write the answer that you want to write. That was a crucial thing here. The and I have also made some cuttings, but that has not led to deduction in my marks. I got the full marks here as well. Uh, so here there does not seem to be that it does not seem to me that the marks have been there for working notes also. Somewhere, yeah, somewhere 1 mark is given for working notes as well. The second part was of the EOQ question. Here you can see that the formula also carries the marks. That is why 2 marks, 1 mark for the answer, 1 mark for the formula, and you have to explain this. A stands for what, O stands for what, C stands for what. And so another important thing here is that the uh, number of orders that I got were in points. Obviously it cannot be in points, but I uh, did not convert it into, I did not round off. So, and most of the times it does not matter, because but here it matters because you have to calculate frequency of order also. The question is, when we are calculating this, you see here in the suggested answer that they have done 360 by 19, because they are rounded off this number of orders into 19, but I have not. So I have done 360 by 18.75. So I have got answer 119.2, but they have got 18.95, which they have further round off to 19. But still I have been given marks, so possibly that was also an alternative solution that was given. uh, Moving to the next question, the second question. So this was a cost sheet question. Again, a interesting question, because here my answer does not seem to match with the uh, the ICR suggested answer as given here. However, I have got full marks here, 10 out of 10. So the difference is coming here, like 3,20,000 direct materials, it's correct. Direct wages, it is coming 1,60,000, and accordingly the my production overhead is coming right, but the only difference is because the direct wages here is 1,60,000 minus 2,80,000. So the entire answer would be different. Like they have got profit, I have got loss in the cost sheet, and rest my calculation, because my direct wages is different. They have given a tick, they have given full marks, but it does not match. And suggested answer. So the reason can be because last line, if you read, they have written that direct material and direct wages can be calculated in alternative ways, and possibly because I have got 10 mark full mark, my answer was also one of the alternatives which was given to the examiner but is not given here in the suggested answer. So do not think that suggested answer will contain all the possible answers. It will have only, sometimes it is given the alternative, sometimes it is not given. If you see this, the part B. So in this I had made an error here. The cost of Q I had not calculated correctly. So if I show you here, 3.5 I did not have, 4.82 I wrote, so that mark was deducted, but other points, like I had written 2.9 and they had written 3, almost equal, 2.53, 2.53 exactly equal, and then because of this 4.82, this final 152.1 will be obviously wrong, which was deducted. So but again, out of 10 I got 8 marks. It was not as if entire marks were uh, uh, entire marks were not cut, so there is step marking. And if you go to the first question, now in the first question there is actually not much to discuss, because my first answer was almost wrong only because I knew only the first part well, which was a flexible budget. So I got marks for contribution, this, and no flexible. I got full 5 marks, 2 for contribution and 3 for the final answer. The interesting thing is this, that in 1B I did not know anything, so I did not know how. So, but what I did as a precautionary measure was I did not leave that question. I attempted it and calculated at least the contribution per unit, because I was confident that I'll get marks. So you can see here 72, 100, 140. That was right. Hence, they allocated the marks to me, uh, 1 mark. So that becomes precious 1 mark for a question that you do not know. Similarly, for the next question, next part rather, uh, I also did not know it fully. However, I attempted it to the extent possible. So here also you can see that one labor point was matching 2500, and not 2500, the 66,000 of n was matching, so they give 1 mark. So out of 5 marks, even though I did not know, nothing was matching, but this was matching. Again, in the last part, D part, I did not know this question. So this 75,000, I do not know how the examiner spotted this. This is very small, but materials purchased here 75,000. So this also gave 1 mark. So you can see that you should not leave any question. You'll get marks for it even. And one more thing, that wherever six contribution, sales, variable cost is given, at least calculate contribution. You'll get some marks. So that is it from my side. Do comment below, telling which videos you want next, like which certified copies, which subjects you want me to uh, analyze, either foundation or intermediate. And also please share this video with your friends, and do subscribe it if you have not till now. uh, and thank you. Have a nice day.